If you're struggling with false guilt, here's what's going to happen. You will never feel forgiven by God. When we confess our sins, we have to trust that God is who He said He is. And if God is capable of forgiving our sins, who are we to say, God, you can't do that? I want to carry that back with me. I like what Paul said in Hebrews 10:22. This is a good verse to mark down. He says, let us draw near with a true heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience. Guilt, that's what he's talking about. That's what the cross is all about. That's what Jesus gave His life for. Not only for our sins, but to relieve us from that guilt. I mean, think of it. How many of you would turn back the clock if you could and do something different in your past that you perhaps have been guilty about or felt guilty about? But Pastor, I cannot get over this overwhelming feeling of guilt in my life. And they worry every day about this guilt that they have. Probably all of us have dealt with false guilt in some way. Probably more than anything else in my ministry, this has happened. People have come to me and they have said, Pastor, I have prayed about this. This is the situation in my life, and I still feel guilty. And you have told me to pray, to give it to God. I've done that. I've trusted God to forgive me, but I still feel guilty. You've probably felt that way before in your life. And I hear that more and more all the time. There has never been a group of people that I've ever talked to that I haven't found somebody in that group that's not struggling with guilt. I struggle with guilt in my own life. But I'm saying Satan will do his very best to make us feel guilty. God will do His very best to let us experience grace.